I just wanted to rise. Thank you, Mr. Cedillo, for bringing this to our attention. I just wanted to quickly rise and congratulate Cedric for an amazing 5. I took the AP exam and I only got a 3. So, I took that same test. And I really want to thank your teacher, Anthony Yam. He was honored earlier this week at the Korean American Coalition for his tremendous efforts and being a teacher in the community. I mean, we thank all the teachers. But I also want to rise because it turns out that Lincoln had a subsidiary, Lincoln Medical Magnet, before it turned to Bravo Medical Magnet, and I am a 1-year alumnus of Lincoln. So congratulations, Principal. Thank you to all the teachers, and congratulations on your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Thank you for that, Mr. Root. Mr. Cedillo?
Well, let's hear from you.
Well, everyone, hello. Well, everyone, thank you for this time. And since Cedric stole my speech, I'll try to make it brief. While Cedric's achievement is great, I certainly don't want this to be a one-time deal. And in order to do that, we need everyone's support. And I want everyone in this room to realize that there is someone that you could impact immediately. I'm sure there's teenagers in around each and every one around you. So if you could mentor them and guide them, I'm sure we'll be seeing next Cedric in very near future. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for all you do, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
No, thank you, Mr. Cedillo. Okay, now we're going to move on. Mr. Previn, if you could begin to work your way towards the center aisle, we're going to do 2 of your items. First, Mr. Clerk, I'm going to ask for reconsideration on item 19. If we could open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote. Mr. Previn on item 19. Mr. Previn, item 19. And after that, item 27. Come on, Mr. Previn, you signed up to speak.
Thank you, Council President. I'm just going to take item 19. I don't need to comment on, just 27, and I'll take 60 seconds. So I do appreciate that, sir. Item number 27 is something that I've been looking at closely because recently there was we had some parking preferential districts in the area of Hollywood Hills, and here we have Councilmember Ryu and O'Farrell bravely securing the services of a contractor to have a look at the pedestrian and vehicle flow around some of the historic landmarks. As we are very well aware, we have the Hollywood sign, we have Griffith Park, we have a lot of tourist-related places. So this is great, but it does feel a little bit chicken before because we've also wired up the place already to be, if you park anywhere near the Hollywood sign, you're going to be ticketed, and we've got patrols going on. So I don't know, I thought this should have happened kind of in advance of that to do the test about, I mean, people complain in neighborhoods and they give to their council member and then they move forward. I don't know, this does not excite me. Thank you.
Okay, let's prepare to vote on these 2 items, Mr. Clerk. Mr. Ryu?
Mr. Chair, thank you. Just wanted to clarify for the record. There is impending, we needed immediate action in the area, which we do have fine structures. But historically for this area, there's been lots of numbers thrown around on exactly how much traffic, foot traffic as well as car traffic has been in this area. So we wanted to definitively get the Department of Transportation to do a study so we could get an accurate traffic count so it could help us in our future endeavors on how to address the situation at this area. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's prepare to vote on these items. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
Okay, let's move on now to item 4. Item 4.
And Mr. President, a Planning and Land Use Management Committee report, as well as a new ordinance, have been circulated for Council's consideration.
Okay, so we have some cards, Mr. Weezer, on this item. So if I could get Mr. Herman, Mike, Mr. Hunt, and Mr. Mohammed. Please come forward. Mr. Herman, you're right there. Mr. Herman, start his time. Okay, he passes. Mr. Hunt, I don't see Mr. Hunt. Mr. Mohammed, please come forward.
I'd like to speak on this item about alcohol.
No, you're on the wrong item then.
Which item which item do I supposed to speak, sir?
Item 4, Mr. Mohammed,
Decline.
doesn't have anything to do with. Okay, let's prepare to vote on. Oh, Mr. Weezar.
Yes, Mr. President, I'd ask that we amend the Planning and Land Use Management Committee report to adopt the ordinance circulated before you in place of the ordinance on file. So we can amend that, and I want to thank Mr. O'Farrell and Mr. Buscaino and all others who help improve this item. It will help for additional public input, and that we do it in a way that contemplates getting a long-term solution, not only during the winter months. So thank you so much for that input. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's prepare to vote. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
Okay, it's my understanding that item 13, you want us to vote on reconsideration. Is that item 13? Let us vote on reconsideration on item 13. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
Thank you, Mr. President. On this item, again, if we could adopt the amended Planning and Land Use Management Committee report that has been submitted and circulated in place of the report on file. This is some clerical issues that we needed to clean up before we adopt it. So thank you very much. The correct file is not before us.
Okay, so let's prepare to vote on that item. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
Okay, now we're going to go, Mr. Clerk, item 22, Mr. Murphy, followed by Ms. McAllister, item 22.
Yes, good morning, Sean Murphy. Item 22, it's a good item. I am supporting it.
Thank you, sir. Ms. McAllister, item 22.
I oppose, I don't agree with item 22. This is $18 million for the purpose of financing the acquisition and rehabilitation of the Columbia Apartments, which is composed of 127 units at scattered sites located at 1034 South Catalina, 50, which is District 1, and then we have District 9, and then we have one more district. We have Herb Wesson, your District 10. Now, there's no breakdown on who's getting what. That's what I want, because based on my research, whenever we have units, it goes to the illegal aliens, which is in District 1. So I want a breakdown. Don't just tell me scattered site. Most of these 127 units should be in the black community, South Central. Every time I see something on these agendas, South Central is left out. It's always in District 1 where Cedilio is, who represents most of the illegal aliens, and Rue. He represents the Asian illegal aliens. So I don't think they should be getting these all of this money. When we build this new affordable housing, we need to follow that criteria of no illegal aliens. If we let illegal aliens in these affordable units, we're right back where we left off. The reason we have a housing problem is because illegal aliens are living in the housing. That's what's going on. And there's going to be a meeting today at 3 o'clock. They want to raise the taxes.
She is not talking about this item.
Housing. That's a bunch of crap.
Stay on the
Listen, City Attorney, I'm going to address you all.
No, you are
money.
off topic. Thank you very much. Let's prepare to vote on this. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
And Mr. President, before moving on, in regards to our previous item, item number 4, the ordinance will go over 1 week to March 30th for a second reading.
All right.
Mr. President, in regards to item 2B, there's been a request to continue that matter to April 13.
Without objection. Let's go to item, I believe it's 24, called special by cards. Mr. Murphy, Passes. Mr. Herman, Mr. Walsh, please come forward.
Very long presentations. But order, order, order. This resolves an issue of a shooting death of a gentleman, likely African American. But no one really cares. No one really understands what it means to offer $50,000 for life. No one really understands what it means to take a life for money, more money, more money.
Stay on the subject.
The money's about $50,000 that you put on the heads of anyone sacrificing their life to be snitches. Snitches take switches, and switches take snitches, bitches. 1 minute.
Mr. Walsh, followed by Mr. Hunt.
Hello. John Walsh, blogging at HollywoodHighlands.org or J. Walsh Confidential, tweeting at Hollywood Dems. Again, this is a woman named Candace Ann Altamirano who was murdered. And I'm in favor. I don't believe they're snitches. I believe they're intimidated people who won't turn in the gang members who killed her. And this happened almost 4 years ago, December 2nd, 2012. It's $50,000. Incidentally, the anti-Semites who put anti-Semitic graffiti
on
a
the
building,
subject.
That's $50,000 also. So I just want everyone to know, if you're Hispanic, your life is worth as much as someone who scrawls anti-Semitic and doesn't touch the skin of an anti-Semite, of a Jew. I just want you to know that that's the way they play the game. $50,000. She's a woman, she's Hispanic, and no one gives a damn whether she lives or dies. And when someone gets up and actually does turn someone in, the police commission recommends not to pay out the reward money. That happened last week. Not to pay out the reward money. This is all a joke, and every gang member in the city knows they can kill anybody they damn well want, and you can offer $1 billion reward, and no one is going to take it because snitches get their throats slit.
Thank you. Mr. Hunt.
Thank you. Thank you again. The Red Chief Hunt on the record. I want to talk a little bit about rewards and a little bit about killing. Wherever you find a killing and you find a reward, you're going to find people that's after it. Do I agree with it? No. Is it right? Yes. Should you kill people? No. Should you put rewards out for the perpetrator? I think not. I think that's just inclining the public to go and tell on a whole bunch of wrong people. The investigation probably cost $600,000. Reward for $50,000. It's a bare minimum. What does it do? It causes people to get in trouble. Snitches, rewards, and all of that other bullshit. Should you help LAPD? Nah, you should call for all of them to have DNA tests. The Red Chief Hunt.
Okay, let's prepare to vote. Let's open the roll. Close the roll. Tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
Okay, let's go to item 21. Mr. Hunt, back at you on item 21, followed by Mr. Walsh.
Oh, San Pedro, provide jobs. Watts, not jails.
Mr. Walsh.
John Walsh, tweeting at Hollywood Dems. This is the sale of so-called surplus city equipment at below market value to the Friends of Cabrillo Marine Aquarium. What below market value is $1. In fact, this is Friends of Mr. Buscaino are getting about $35,000, which should be your tax money, $35,000 for $1. So what you have to do to get a good deal is get down on your knees and give Mr. Buscaino a really good $35,000 blowjob.
Okay, let's prepare to vote. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
Thank you. That brings us to item 25, called special by Mr. Herman and Ms. McAllister. Please come forward on item 25.
Now we're talking about affordable housing out in an area in Bloomfield, Buscaino. Tally, do we got a vote? No, we oppose. We oppose due to the criticism of what the city attorney did not accomplish on the resolution for a EIRR. So now we have established we have problems in CD3. The Jews are destroying our community. What do we have to lose? I hold my time to 30 seconds.
Ms. McAllister?
Okay, I object to this. You want to waive the city's multi-family bond policy to allow the California Municipal Finance Authority to issue the bonds on behalf of this Rancho del Valle Apartments at 6560 Winnetka Avenue. That's in Council 3, Bob Bloomfield. Now, I did some research on this California Municipal Finance Authority. That is a private company. Those are people who own this. Okay, they're profiting. We should not be allowing these properties in our city to be financed by individuals. This is not even a bank. Look it up, California Municipal Finance, and they also have thousands of properties that they are financing. I looked up the interest rates that they're charging. The interest rates goes up. So why are you overriding the Housing Authority? Because the Housing Authority requires that each applicant, they must complete an application, okay, and they must hold public hearings. So by you giving it to a private company, we don't get any public hearings on this. And I want a public hearing. We should not be allowing private companies to profit on homelessness. These are affordable units, supposed to be affordable. I don't even know if they can be affordable now since you're giving it to a private corporation. See, I always look for the profit factor. And the profit factor is you're giving these properties to private corporations where they make a profit, you get a cut, your buddies and your sisters and brothers and everybody else move into the housing, and the people are still on the street. And don't forget the illegal aliens. Where is the provision that no illegal aliens, and I'm talking about 5 generations, because most of these people in here are children of illegal aliens.
Stay on the subject. Stay on the subject.
I am on the subject. We need a provision in these property documents that if you are illegal, you cannot move into affordable housing.
All right, let's prepare to vote on this item. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
Let's move to item 18. Mr. Previn, Mr. Spindler, Mr. Herman.
Good morning, sir. It is Eric Previn. I will take the 2 minutes on this one. Thank you. This is a communication from the CAO, that's the Chief Administrative Officer, City Administrative Officer, City Attorney, regarding the 2015-16 personnel ordinances. So this means our various departments and the staffing requirements. I looked at a few because it's about 40 or so departments. The city attorney has 850 folks lined up. Over 400 of them are deputy city attorney level 3 or above. So this This includes chief assistants, assistant attorneys. It is an astonishing top-heavy department, and you would think, given that they would be a little more attentive to some of the issues. Item number, the city clerk has only 102 employees, and they have been charged with running these elections. They do advance a small extra set of helpers during elections. There's the Ethics Commission, which only has 23, sir, which is surprising. 5 of them have badges. Englander is left, I guess, to go back to the campaigning. The ITA,
Stay on the subject.
Sir, I'm on the subject. ITA, sir, is 460 employees. These are the folks who you have been improperly instructing to violate folks by reducing them in size to the Blumenfield's nose. He's not here. Hashtag Blumenfield's nose. And finally, the Department
thank
of
you. You're
Neighborhood
off the
Empowerment,
subject
sir,
again.
is 26.
All right.
Department of Neighborhood Empowerment has 26 employees, which also have a little auxiliary group to bring in for elections. So the reason why I wanted to point out all these departments that circle around elections is neighborhood councils, like in Department of Neighborhood Empowerment with 26 folks, are having elections now. And Mike Fuhr, with 850 lawyers, can't seem to find anyone to administrate them as equitable and fair. So that's why, as I said before, we have reached out to the district attorney to help clarify just kind of what basic fairness is like, because you can't be using city resources, sir, and that's what a little neighborhood council website is improperly, by putting just the incumbents. Now, this is a gag that is something like if Harris Dawson were running with a billboard in front of the election booth, so you couldn't see anyone but him. Not okay, sir. So we're looking for some help on that, and I would look forward to yours, since you heard about it in Rules Committee.
Mr. Spindler, please come forward, followed by Mr. Herman.
Yes, here we have the Omnibus Poverty Pimp Personnel Employment Record Act of 2016. Poverty Pimp Personnel Employment Record Act.
We don't have to listen to that, Mr. Spindler. No, hold his time. Hold his time. Mr. Spindler, turn that off. No, we're not listening to that. We'll listen to you. Go ahead.
But I found this new device, and it helps people.
You're off the subject. Thank you very much, Mr. Herman. No, I already warned you. Sit down. Mr. Herman, come on. No, we're not going to listen. We have to listen to you. Not. Okay, they're both disrupting the meeting. Let's remove them from the chambers. That's the third time, at least today, that I've warned them. So let's remove Mr. Spindler and Mr. Herman right now, sergeants. Continuing to disrupt. Go on, get Mr. Sergeants, remove them. No, you're removed from the chambers. You're removed from the chambers and continuing to disrupt. No, look, he's disrupting the meeting again. Sergeants, please remove him.
Mr. President?
Yes, Mr. Krikorian.
As Mr. Herman and Mr. Spindler are continuing to disrupt this meeting, I thought I should state for the record that a guest of the council today who was here, a child of 12 years old, asked his mother after seeing them whether it was safe to be in our council chambers and was concerned about his own personal safety because of the presence and activities and antics of Mr. Spindler and Mr. Herman. So I just thought that it would be important to note that for the record.
Okay, and let's remove Mr. Spindler as well. Okay. No, he's still disrupting. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
And, Mr. President, those ordinances will go over for a second read to March 30th.
Got you. Mr. Walsh and Mr. Hunt on item 2.
John Walsh, blogging at HollywoodHighlands.org and also at J. Walsh Confidential, tweeting at Hollywood Dams. This concerns unpaid taxes. Again, I have said that you do a good job of tracking down people who haven't paid their taxes. Here we have on number $216,188.52. This person has been given chance after chance to pay the taxes. They've refused to pay the taxes, and now you're going after them. Again, when you do a good job, I'm the first to congratulate you. When you do a crooked job, I'm the first to condemn you. HollywoodHighlands.org. Was that disruptive?
Okay, next speaker. Okay, let's prepare to vote on this item. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
Mr. Clerk, why don't we recess the regular meeting, go into the special?
Very good, sir. Blumenfield, Bonabus, Gano, Cedillo, Engler, Fuentes, Harris, Dawson, Weezer, Carrasco, Coran, Martinez, O'Farrell, Price, Rue, Weston, 11 members present and a quorum.
Okay, now, can we take these items up together?
Yes, sir.
No, you're disrupting the meeting, Ms. McAllister. You need to stop.
And, Mr. President, before beginning, there has been a corrected committee report for item number 35 that has been circulated and is now before council for its consideration.
Let's prepare to vote on these items. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
And it's my understanding 2 of these items go forthwith. They are which? 33 and 34 go forthwith.
Yes,
so
sir.
Can we adjourn and return to the regular meeting on this?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, now we're going to item 23. Mr. Walsh and Mr. Previn on item 23. And Mr. Hunt. So on item 23, we have Mr. Walsh, Mr. Previn, and Mr. Hunt on item 23.
John Walsh, blogging at HollywoodHighlands.org or J. Walsh Confidential, tweeting at Hollywood Dems. This, again, is a gift of a digital wireless surveillance camera worth several $1,000 to the Hollywood Entertainment District. It's against the law for the city of Los Angeles to just hand out expensive gifts like that. $15,000. Wouldn't it be nice if Herb put $15,000 in your pocket, but he puts it in the pocket of the people who blow Mr. O'Farrell, because Mr. O'Farrell is now putting $15,000. You should get a really good blow job.
Stay on the subject. Stay on the subject. Okay, next speaker, Mr. Previn, followed by Mr. Hunt.
Thank you, Council President Wesson. It is Eric Previn in the horror of the Hall of Defenestration down here at John Ferraro Chambers. I'm vigorously opposed to throwing people out of meetings, but
no, you're off the subject. You're off the subject, Mr. Previn.
I'm sorry, sir. It's digital wireless surveillance cameras for the Hollywood Entertainment District, and they've got a group, it's Hollywood Property Owners Alliance. We have something similar in my district called Residents Association. It's a group of people who pull together their assets and resources to try to, help out. You've heard of business improvement districts. I think it's a little similar. So here we're taking 15 grand in Rue's district. I'm pretty sure it might be. Well, let's get the district straight away later. No, it's O'Farrell's district. Fair enough. And it's an area, obviously, where there's some activity. So the idea is to provide surveillance. But the question becomes, why is it that law enforcement is not handling this? Because when you have private operators funding the stuff, we like that, but ordinarily it comes through the police foundation. I know you like that. I'm not sure I love it as much, but I do. I don't like the idea that individuals can put some money on the table and get law enforcement. Because then I think when there are controversial issues, they have sway, the machines are not, I don't know. Bonin has been a champion of posting cameras all over the place in his district at private expense. So I don't know. We're facing some very interesting surveillance issues in our time. This is a zeitgeisty issue, as Krikorian will attest. We have body camera video equipment that's coming forward, but the question of who can look at it has been raised by rights groups, by members of the public, by law enforcement. And so I just think that right now we should be very judicious, not glib about saying, hey, thanks for all that support during the election. Here's a camera on the corner like you wanted. You guys pay for it. I'll take care of tying it into LAPD, and we'll go from there. I feel like that is kind of not what really we want. We do want protection, but shouldn't the LAPD be covering the cost? They have such a robust budget on these things. I mean, shouldn't they be providing a solution that is administered by the law enforcement as opposed to by an association that may not like a guy who
Thank
pushes
you.
his
Mr.
car?
Hunt, come forward.
The Red Chief Hunt, for the record. I want to talk about the city paying for anything. The constitutionality of it, is it legal? Does it have legal protection for the city, but does it have the legal constitution permit that we can just take and photograph anybody with cameras? I think that issue need to be raised before we spend any of the city's money, and I think there should be a vote from the people. The Constitution say we the people, and you guys are representing us to spend our money at this location, $15,000 for cameras. So what is it going to do? Who's going to look at it? And why are they going to look at it? Is it going to reduce crime? Why are we spending our money on this and have the people had a chance to vote on it? The constitutionality of it is my main concern. These cameras, are they being used for what purpose?
Okay, let's prepare to vote. Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
Mr. O'Farrell?
Just take a quick moment. I think this is a great opportunity for me to thank the Hollywood Property Owners Alliance for their donation from private funds to help make Hollywood safer. Hollywood is visited by millions of tourists per year. It's a neighborhood, a community of residents and businesses, and this is a great step forward in surveillance on a public right-of-way to make Hollywood safer and more welcoming for its residents and tourists from across the world. So once again, thank you, Hollywood Property Owners Alliance, for this contribution to help make Hollywood safer.
Thank you for that clarification, Mr. O'Farrell. Okay, let's move on to item 30. Yes, go ahead.